Hello and welcome to the Workbench Apprentice channel. My name is Tim and this channel will follow my journey in teaching myself woodworking skills such as mortise and tenon joinery. I've been doing woodwork on and off for about 5-6 years, but I've decided to focus on gaining more of the old school skills such as using hand tools like hand planes and things. This channel will also push me to learn new skills that might not be obvious, such as filming and video editing, which is something I've never done. I hope that the results of learning these new skills will become obvious as this channel grows. So let's start the first project. So my plan is to replace my current workbench with a new one that is shorter but wider. The current bench is a repurposed kitchen bench carcass that I added a solid top to. I have found the bench to be too long for my current workshop setup in this 2-car garage attached to the house. The current bench lacks a vise and any other way to hold longer boards easily, so we'll fix that. The casters on the current bench are quite restricted in their movement, so they don't turn properly. So also want to use those casters, which otherwise are perfectly fine, on the new bench. The bench will also act as an outfeed table for both my table saw and my planer. So now that you have some sort of idea, some concept of what I'm aiming for, we'll get started milling some timber. So the timber I'm going to use is a native timber of New Zealand called Rimu. It's quite a dense wood, but it's pretty strong, and it's readily available through our local recycling yard. So let's get cracking. that cut. And cut the rest of it. Oh, it's grabbing on the blade. Let's block it up a bit. That's one. $9.50. These are just rough sizes, so don't have to be too accurate at this stage. Right, just check it for nails. because it's recycled timber. That looks good. And this one has a nail there, so it's going to come out. Any more? Ouch. Nope, I think we're pretty good. Cool. Now to set it up on my planer sled for the planer. Okay, so I'm just going to put a bit of bry wax on the planer bed to help things slide along. Don't need a hell of a lot. Just give it a bit of a wax up, make it nice and smooth and slippery. Give it a little bit to go off. While I'm waiting, I'll put this away. Right, that should be long enough. So what we've got is the poor man's jointer or a planer sled. And so what I'm going to do is put my piece of wood to be planed on here. Check it for high spots by tapping the diagonal. And we can see there that it needs a bit of support under there, so I've got my hot glue gun here ready to go, and we will just stick a blob of glue under there like that, and then just let that sit on there until it goes off, and that'll hold it so it doesn't rattle. If it doesn't rattle, then it will stay in this orientation, which may or may not be perfectly flat. And then we'll just stick some more glue to hold it in place. And the glue will go in and fill up any little gaps and just help hold this piece of wood in position while it goes through the planer. Do that on all 4 sides. So next thing to do is to get an idea of where we can start with the planer. So I'm just going to slide this into the planer and bring the planer head down so it rests on top. Then lift it up a bit and then we'll sneak up on it as we're using the planer. So at this stage the board can slide through nicely, and we just want to lower it so that it sits on the top until it stops moving. There. Now I'm just going to make a note of how high that is. So that is 97. Then I'm going to raise it up so that it slides through again. Bring that down just about there. Then we'll slide the board through the machine and just lower it bit by bit until we get a smooth surface on the top of our wood. I will plug in the planer and set up the dust extractor and all that, and then we'll come back and right, so we've got one side flat, and now we need to turn it over 90 degrees and mill the other side, make that flat. So let's get on with that. So the hot glue is held on to the wood really well. It's just taken off a little bit of the edges, but that's alright. Now what we need to do is clean off the glue that you can see along here with the chisel. and get it all nice and ready for more glue when we put it up this way. You don't particularly want the hot glue to go through the planer because it'll just heat up and make the blades really sticky. So yeah, if I can avoid that, I would prefer to do that. What about the side? Looks. Then of course we've got to clean up our sled. Chucking the glue into the rubbish bin behind the camera. Yeah, that's cleaning up really well. Yep, nice and clean. So grab our beautiful piece of Rimu, New Zealand Rimu. Stick that down there, just check. You can see the movement. Just get it into place and then rinse and repeat. We'll put some glue in here and down the sides and the ends, and stick it through the planer again, and this time we'll get this side. So then we'll end up with two square sides. I'll check for square once this one's been through twice. Then we'll have two flat edges, and we can get rid of the planer sled and just put it through as a piece of wood to square up the other sides. It'll all become clear as we move on. So once again, we'll put a squirt of glue there, get rid of that old stuff, and we'll put a piece of wood on there, and that's got rid of the rock. So again, we'll Bit of glue there. And we'll keep doing that all the way down. Right, so that's that. So just like before, we'll break it off the sled by wedging it under one end. Clean up our board so it's ready for next time. This, how did we get on? Okay, first things first, we will take the hot glue off. Right, yeah, obviously the legs for that, which is what we're preparing here, I should have said that earlier, are not to final size yet, so quite obviously. So there we go. Right, now to find out how well we did. So, is it square? And the answer is no, it is not. So it seems a bit high on this side, so we might have to put it through again. So let's sort something out for that. So what I want to know is how, if it's flat, which it is, so that's flat. But it's not square there. So what I'm going to do is put some more hot glue down, but I'll make sure that this side is square to the sled, and then we'll build up the sides that we need to make square, and then we'll have two sides that are square, and then we can run the other two sides straight through the planer. Actually, I might make that side the square side because it's longer. Yep, that's what we'll do. Right, so we've got that all set up. So I'm going to put a big blob of glue down there. Grab my square. What I want to do is plonk it like that. While that glue goes off, just hold it square. Oh, I think it moved. It did. Pump a bit more glue in there. Just hold that in position. Giving the glue plenty of time to harden up. So you can see there's quite a gap under there. So I want to get some glue under there to give it a bit of support as it goes through the planer. So yeah, luckily hot glue's cheap. Just check again for square. That's better. There we go. So, one thing I will do while you're here is I'm going to use my pencil and mark some lines on the top here so that I know that all the surfaces are being planed off. So when these lines disappear, we'll know that the wood, the sides are all square. Right, the moments of truth. Let's see. Well, yep. Beautifully square. I'm happy with that. we'll move on. Right, now that we've got the two sides squared to each other, we can use these. Right, now for the moment you've all been waiting for, is it square? That looks pretty good. That's also looking very good. Yep, so's that. And that's good enough. So yes, it's a nice square bit of dressed Remu for our bench build. Right, so that's one leg done. I have 3 more to do, which I will do off camera, and I'll also be doing all the I don't know, what do you call them, stretchers, all the rest of the wood for this build, and I'll do all that off camera because you've seen it once, and yeah, we'll come back when that's all done, so we'll see you then. Right, I'm going to wrap this video up here. We've milled all the timber that we're going to use down to its final sizes. So next time I will be making the mortise and tenon joints, and we'll build up the frame. If you like what you've watched, what you've seen so far, then please hit the like button. That just helps get this brand new channel out to other people, and you can follow this workbench build simply by clicking the subscribe button and hitting that notification bell so that you'll find out, you'll be notified when the next video in this series is uploaded. So I'd also encourage you to leave a comment down below. I'm still learning this this hobby, so any sort of constructive feedback would be much appreciated, and I'll try and reply to as many comments as I can. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Workbench Apprentice.